There will be spoilers ahead. Lots of spoilers, so be careful, won't you?
Hello, and welcome to the latest episode in our series, This Looks Like a Good Place for a Stick-Up. This week's movie, 2001's The Score, is unique in that it is the only movie where the cinematic titans Marlon Brando and Robert Deniro appear together in the same scenes.
Oh.
In honor of this, I wish to perform a quick scene demonstrating my uncanny impressions of both actors.
Oh, dear.
We open in a restaurant. Hi, Marlon Brando. I'm Robert De Niro. Hi, Robert De Niro. Nice to meet you. I'm Marlon Brando. I'm so glad we could meet for dinner, Marlon Brando. I hear the chicken is good here. Thanks for the recommendation, Robert De Niro. Here, try the breadsticks. And scene. Oof. I swear, every time I disappear into either of those characters, it gets harder and harder to come back out.
I was shivering.
Ooh. I'm your host, Marlon Brando. No, I'm Max.
God.
Remember that? Find your center. I'm Max. You talking to me, Levine. And over there is your host, Mike. I could have been a contender. Loose. Give us your best Brando, Mike.
Brando? Oh, you want Brando?
Yes. Brando.
Stella.
Stella. Uncanny. Goosebumps. See the goosebumps?
I'd like a Stella, please. To get me through this show.
Stelladora breakfast treats.
Stella, dear. How about that? Yeah. Uncanny. That's the word I was going. Uncanny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frightening, isn't it? It's like they were both here.
Frighten yourself into the poll question.
Yeah, into the poll question. Poll question. We want to know, who is your favorite cinematic rogue? Or possibly rouge.
Or brogue. Shoe. Who's your favorite cinematic shoe?
From far to the north, that roguish fellow in that country of rogues, Canada, Vince says Zorro. I think qualifies as a cinematic rogue and over many films since the silent days. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Harrison Ford was often known as the handsome rogue in his early films. Food of the Gods, for example.
But
who doesn't remember him in that movie?
I think he does.
Vince? Sorry, Vince, we discussed this in the comments. Although the great thespian Marjo Gortner was, in fact, in Food of the Gods, Harrison Ford is not. Vince then sent me a picture from the splash page, which he claimed was Harrison Ford. It was not. That was, in fact, John Cypher.
Yeah. Huh?
But Vince, most manfully holding up the traditions of Canada, replied, when Max is right, I am man enough to admit it. I have thought it was him for decades. After hanging around penguins all this time, I guess all humans look like Harrison Ford to me. Well, sure that, huh?
I mean, I guess it could be worse. I wouldn't mind looking like Harrison Ford, even now.
No, I wouldn't mind being mistaken for him.
I'd like his money, please. I mean, my money, please.
Thank you, Vince. Those were good rogues, even if you were completely wrong about Harrison Ford.
That's all right.
And, of course, our fine Irish lad, Bealo-lading, says, let's go with Nick Wilde from Zootopia.
Oh, yeah.
The sly fox con artist turned unlikely hero. He's witty, street smart, has a painful backstory, and wins you over as a rake who still has a heart. I love him. He is a good one. That's a good example.
Yeah, good one, dumb bunny, Max. I mean, dumb Max. I mean, Max Bunny. I mean...
Thanks. My...
Flash, 100-yard dash.
Yes, now this show will be 18 hours long.
God.
Tyler Stewart says, Loki from the Marvel movies.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Definitely more on the villainish side, but quite the rogue. Keith Wright, from the second greatest podcast known to all humanity throughout time and space, Q Footsteps, says, my favorite rogue is Rogue. Whoa.
I see what you did there.
Is Rogue from the X-Men.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the 90s animated series. Okay, that makes I mean, Anna Paquin's great, but she's not particularly roguish. But the one of the animated series, I could see that. Ed Shields responds simply, Tom Cody.
Oh, yeah.
Who's Tom Cody?
You know him. He's from Streets of Fire.
Oh, very funny, Ed.
Michael Pare. Yeah.
Oh,
see our
Lord.
entire episode on Streets of Fire, which I've now seen twice.
Yeah. Jen Ings simply posted a picture of Harrison Ford.
Well, yeah.
At least I think it was Harrison Ford. It could have been someone else, and I could be just using Penguin Vision.
I think it's John Cipher.
Okay. Famed Tatum inventor Richard Tatum says Errol Flynn as Robin Hood. I gotta check with Errol. Tony Kellner, famed mystery author, says Jack Sparrow. Oh yeah.
Yeah, very roguish. He's
pretty roguey.
Yeah.
And of course, Dave says, if you're going to be a rogue, you might as well be a Japanese one. Oh. Well, that is what everyone said. What? The costumes are better. Okay, that's fair. And the chances of everyone dying in a beautiful snow-covered courtyard at the end are significantly higher. Also true. Sanjuro, Toshiro Mifune's iconic, scruffy, flea-scratching swordsman from both Yojimbo and Sanjuro.
Oh.
He doesn't have a name. He makes one up based on whatever plant he sees. And he survives by... It's true! I think it was Sanjuro.
My name is Stinkweed. Skunk cabbage?
I am skunk cabbage. I am sticky, icky, icky. No, wait.
Buttercup?
He survives by playing rival gangs against each other. A genius of manipulation and violence. That is pretty roguish. Oryu, Red Peony Gambler. Sure. A female rogue and expert gambler who seeks revenge for her father. She's lethal with a short sword and even better at cards. Oh, I hope she throws them at people. That would be awesome.
Ooh.
Oh. The tortured exile Magagohe Magome. He was a high-ranking samurai until he witnessed his clan massacre an entire village of innocent fishermen to steal some gold. Instead of doing the sensible thing and forgetting about it, he developed a conscience.
Oh.
How inconvenient. Oops. He spent the next 3 years as a ronin in the filth of Edo, drowning his guilt in sake and misery.
Ooh.
When his former clan decides to pull the same murderous stunt again, he's forced to crawl out of his hole to stop them. He's a rogue not because he wants to be, but because he can no longer stand the honor of the men he used to serve.
Yeah.
Wow. That is like solid rogue backstory right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Very nice. Thank you, Dave. That's 3 really good examples. Charles Forsyth says, I would go with Snake Plissken, but I think he's dead.
Unfortunately, he'd show up in L.A.
Yeah, so I'll go with Captain Jack Sparrow. Says another vote for Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Regan McStravick says, Richard Harris in Wrestling Ernest Hemingway. I've heard the name. I've never seen the movie. Or Peter O'Toole in, well, almost anything. But particularly Creator or My Favorite Year. Yes, Alan Swan. What a rogue. Very
Never
nice,
seen it.
Regan. Ooh, well, we may have to fix that.
Is it good?
It is. Actually, it's a lot of fun.
Well, now we don't have to do the show.
Yeah. Bye. No. Oh, damn it, I gave it away.
Yep. Ha ha.
And, of course, Derek Steele, Private Eye.
He's just a photographer.
Says, Regan McStravick, I'll get behind Lawrence of Arabia. That was kind of a major plot point. That's a deeper. Or the stuntman. He's kind of always a rogue. And, of course, speaking of roguish charm.
It's getting steamy in here.
Yes, my little West Coast rogue Doris has a message for us.
Hello, Max Mike Movies. Hi, Max. This is Dora Simple Maya here to answer your poll question, who is your favorite cinematic rogue? I'm going to give you a couple. The first one's going to be Wesley in Princess Bride. Not in the beginning when he's just farm boy, but when he comes out and he's the Dread Pirate Roberts, I mean, he's roguish. Ooh. The other one is going to be an old guy. Not an old guy. I mean, he's gone now. But he played Don Juan, and that's Errol Flynn. As I know, a lot of people would say Robin Hood, but I'm going to go with Don Juan because, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling romantic because, I know a wonderful rogue. His name is Max. Anyway, those are my poll question answers. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I'll see you later, Rogue. I mean, Max.
Well, I certainly like that last one, Doris.
I bet you do. Max,
I would be glad to swing from a chandelier for you if you keep the ambulance on standby and then stick around while I spend 18 months learning how to walk again.
Besides, unfortunately, Max does not swing both ways. He just comes to a stop.
Yeah, I sort of come to a stop. Like, could someone give me a push? What about you, Mike? Who's your favorite cinematic rogue?
Well, there's a couple of animated ones that happen to be Japanese that I like quite a bit. One of them is Spike from Cowboy Bebop. He's a lot of fun and very roguish.
Okay, yes.
And along those lines, so is Lupin the Third of the Lupin series. I mean, he's kind of as roguey as they get. But I'm going to go with only one movie's worth of Harrison Ford's Han Solo, and that is the original Star Wars, because this is I shot only Han Solo. None of this revisionist crap, and quite honestly, just that one film, because I think they'd start tempering him down right away. And I like the whole, what are you going to do? You got me or you got nothing else, kid? Get on my ship. That's a ship, smack!
He's a whiny little twerp.
Yeah, I think they sand him down way too quickly, and they sort of homogenize him a little bit too much, which is too bad, because he is meant to be that. He's meant to be space rogue, and I think in the original Star Wars, he does a great job of that. How about you, Max? Who do you like as a rogue?
Well, if you go back a ways, I do like Errol Flynn. I think he's very roguish, but I think mostly in terms of like Captain Blood or the Seahawk.
Sure.
And more modern, I kind of like Deadpool.
Oh, yeah?
I think he's very roguish.
Yeah. I still am wondering what exactly he wants. I guess his girlfriend, who he meets in death and then leaves anyway, because I don't know.
I confuse it. Part of it is, I don't think he knows. You got to remember, he is technically insane.
Oh, I didn't get that part. Now I understand the movie better.
Yes, makes a lot more sense. But thank you all. These were great answers. And we want more of them. So I'd like to know, what famous real-life crime that hasn't gotten a movie yet deserves one?
Oh.
And we'll tell you how you can answer through a series of cryptic clues at the end of the show, or just me telling you. And we have a little bit of viewer or listener mail.
I get it wrong every time.
yeah, I can't help it. I mean, Dave Letterman just sort of imprinted that on viewer mail.
That in his
my
pants.
head. Not in his pants, because you can't say pants on television.
Unless you mean you're Johnson.
Listener mail. This was from someone named Val Cahoon.
Careful. It's Coons.
Valkins. From Valkins, creator of the second greatest podcast in all the known universe. She says, I have another movie for your heist series. Ooh.
Oh.
After the Fox. Peter Sellers pulls off a heist as he directs a movie written by Neil Simon.
What?
Hilarious. I've never heard of this.
Me either.
This goes on the list. Thank you, Val.
Yeah, we love listener mail, but neither of us have even heard of it, and it's a Neil Simon / Peter Sellers movie.
Boy, After the Fox, but does it reveal what does the fox say?
Ding 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 ding.
Well, there's your answer. Now
what does the fox say?
Stop it! Stop it immediately.
Sorry.
But now let's get on to the facts. Budget. $68 million.
That's quite a score.
And you can guess it. A lot of it went to the cast.
Well, just the top 3 of the 4 people that are worth talking about.
Yeah.
Poor Angela.
Made $113.5 million. So not a failure, but not really a success.
Interesting.
This movie was directed by Frank Oz.
Waka waka.
As a waka waka. Yep.
You know, that's one of my notes is, this is about as far from Fozzie Bear as you can get.
Pretty much. This movie was also Marlon Brando's last role. He died about 3 years later.
Wait, this came out after Island of Dr. Moreau?
Yes, I believe it did. That came out in the 90s. Yeah.
Phew! Because I don't know if you've seen the remake of The Island of Dr. Moreau.
I've seen parts of it. Yeah, you feel really bad for some of these actors for what their last movie was. It was like Peter Sellers and the fiendish plot of Dr. Fu Manchu, which came out right after he had done Being There, which would have been the greatest ending to a great career.
Yeah. Hey, could have been less one, could have been the villain.
No.
Kirk Douglas and Arnold Schwarzenegger together again.
Yep. Edward Norton, who is also in this movie, later stated in interviews that he did this movie solely to have his name on the same poster as Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando.
Wow.
And I get that completely.
Sure.
In the last scene of this movie, we see Marlon's character, Max, smile as he realizes that De Niro's character has gotten away with it. Brando refused to smile in this last scene. That little slight smile was added digitally in post-production.
Oh.
Yes, which if you look at it, and I went back and looked at it, is why it looks a little creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't I never have noticed
I didn't notice the first time, but as I said, this is the only movie to star Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando, the first actors to win Academy Awards for playing the same role. That of Vito Corleone in The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2.
And they look so much alike, too.
Yeah.
It's uncanny. Just like
They're not twins.
Just like your impersonations of...
Yeah. I know. It's going to take a while for you to get over that, isn't it? I mean,
might be the rest of my life.
Profoundly shaking. To come back to something you actually brought up, Marlon Brando took to calling Frank Oz Fozzie and Miss Piggy during the movie. For obvious reasons.
I wouldn't.
Brando's hazing of Oz over his work with the Muppets got so bad that De Niro was forced to direct Brando instead, with Oz giving him instructions through a headset.
Wow, what a jerk.
Yeah. Brando apparently was not challenging to work with.
Yeah, wow.
It's kind of hard when you've spent your whole life being told you're the greatest living actor in this country.
Yeah, and he started that whole thing of, no, I'm not learning the script, just hold up a cue card. Yeah. He actually did that in Superman, which, to be fair...
Yeah, well, the line where Max says, operator, I've got a nut down here who wants $6 million. Are you all right? Was improvised by Brando. De Niro's facial expression of shock is genuine.
Oh.
During the breaks, Marlon Brando would walk around the set naked because of the warm weather where the film was being shot.
Okay.
Enjoy having that image in your brain because it's in mine and I want everyone else to share in my pain.
Well, luckily my brain says, no, he's wearing a bathrobe. Sorry.
Most of the tools and tactics that this movie uses for the burglary and such are authentic and functional.
Oh, we're going to get back to that.
They were suggested or provided by the technical advisor Mick Gould, who was a legend in Hollywood, even though most people don't know his name. He was former British military.
Oh.
He was a close combat instructor, and he is a technical advisor for many, many movies about combat and about crime.
Well, we'll be getting back to that.
Yes. The similar film, Heist, was also supposed to be released in June 2001, prior to the score being released in July. Warner Brothers pulled Heist from its summer release schedule and released it in November because it didn't want to compete with this film. The score was actually more successful at the box office thanks to its release date and positive reviews. Given the lack of money it made, that does not speak terribly well for the Heist's take.
Might show up later in the series, you never know.
Yeah. According to Frank Oz, he shot 2 full performances of the jazz artists Cassandra Wilson and Mose Allison at Nick's Jazz Club, and was heartbroken to cut them short in the final cut of the film.
Well, and why wouldn't you, right? Her voice was amazing.
So good.
Liquid Velvet. Oh.
Seriously.
I mean, Mose was good too, but...
A lot of the scenes filmed inside the Montreal Customs House were filmed inside the Montreal Customs House.
Oh!
The filmmakers built some temporary additions and used some CGI to suit their purposes. For example, there is no elevator that goes from the ground floor to the basement. So if you're planning a burglary there, remember that.
Okay.
The first scene with Marlon Brando and De Niro talking at a table was shot with De Niro on a tight schedule. They only had 30 minutes to set up the camera, lighting, and shoot the scene.
Yikes.
Yeah. When Steven is cracking code, Steven is the basement nerd who's their computer guy, who blessedly never says the words, "I'm in."
It passed the test.
Yep. It's hacking the ironclad security backdoor. It's actually a group of computer programmers hidden behind the computers who are doing everything that appears on screen and not Jamie Harold.
That's fine.
Plays Steven. Yep.
Yeah.
The filmmakers debated whether or not Jack should kill lovable old Danny when he stumbles on his scheme in the basement. Ultimately, they decided that Danny's kindness toward Jack's fake alter ego, Brian, justified sparing his life.
We'll come back to that.
There's more stuff, but I think, Mike, you have something.
I do. I got this very last moment, and it surprised the crap out of me, and I'm like, this is going in trivia. One of the actors who we might have sort of glossed over, his name is Paul Soles. He plays Danny.
Okay.
You might know, even though he has no photo on IMDb, he is just a silhouette, usually not a good sign. You actually do know an early performance of his.
Uh-oh. What would that be?
He was the voice of Hermie the Elf from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No!
He wants to be a dentist. I want to be a dentist. I
Well,
know.
the guy's got range.
I was just
Damn.
like, who is this guy? And I clicked on him and it's like, yeah. Wait, really? Really?
Wow.
So yes, this is the face of
I quit.
this is the
I
face
just
of
don't
Hermie
fit
the dentist elf. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
For free.
Mind blowing.
But you know what isn't
Thank
free?
you for that.
That is the watered down version of the plot, if we would take care of it.
Yeah.
Eh.
It's Montreal. That's in Canada. A city where no one has a last name.
Huh?
Nick, Robert De Niro. Nobody.
Oh yeah,
is it
they
successful?
don't, do they?
They don't.
Literally none
Nobody,
of them do.
One person, a gangster, Tony, what's his name?
Oh yeah.
Who we never see.
Yeah.
He has a last name. No one else does. Not one.
Huh.
Apparently that's true in Montreal. Isn't that right, Vince? Anyway, don't dispute me. Nick, Robert De Niro, is a successful jazz club owner and a world-class thief and safecracker, like all jazz club owners.
Probably true.
Nick gets his job through the elegantly named Max, Marlon Brando, who acts as go-between planner and fence for his old friend. But Nick wants out of the business. Apparently, running a jazz club is really stressful. Oh, no, wait, he wants to stop the stealing. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes more sense. He wants to spend more time with his girlfriend, Diane. And as she is played by Angela Bassett, can you blame him?
Nope.
But no, his puffy friend Max wants Nick to do one last job with a very large payout. Steal a recently discovered art treasure, a 17th century French scepter, from the Montreal Customs House. To Nick's annoyance, this means working with a slick, younger thief named Jack, played by Ed Norton. Nick finds Jack cocky and impulsive, while Jack resents Nick because Jack's been nominated for 4 Oscars and has never won once, whereas Nick has won twice. Yeah, I think that's it. A daring break-in is planned, blueprints are examined, computers are hacked, and thankfully, as I said, no one at any point says, "I'm in." There are complications, twists, and betrayals. But it's all happening in Canada, so at least everyone is polite about it.
The film. Nicely
There.
done, Max.
Thank you.
You had not seen this, strangely, which
I had never seen this. I remember seeing the ads for it, but I never saw the movie.
amazes me because I know you in general enjoy heist films. I don't know that they're a particular favorite, but you do like them. But with De Niro, Edward Norton, and Marlon Brando, and Angela Bassett, and somehow you missed it. That's weird.
I don't know why. I don't know how long it was in the theaters around me.
Long enough for me to see it. I saw it in the theater.
Yeah. I don't know. I just did not. But you did. You saw it?
I did.
Have you seen it since?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's to hate watch.
Yeah, could be. But what a cast.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Robert Friggin De Niro,
Yeah.
who is terrific in this.
You know, it's funny because I don't know if it was Pauline Kael, but it was somebody who at the time said that they didn't like De Niro in this because they didn't think they were utilizing enough of the De Niro. And it's like, this is a totally different role. He's much more subdued. You can tell that while he's been confident, he's never 100% because he's a thief. And the life that he likes and loves and potentially wants to retire into is currently and always at threat because of what he does. And he's not getting any younger either. So I like him in this. I don't think it's like a standout performance by De Niro, but he's totally solid.
Very restrained, and it's very subtle. I think he does a really good job.
I do too.
You know who he is immediately. I mean, the first few minutes of the film, there's no dialogue, but you get to know him somehow. Just by the way he stands, the way he looks around, the way he walks.
Well, we'll come back to that, but the opening of the film does a lot to illustrate his character.
And there's Norton, Edward Norton.
From The Honeymooners.
Yep. Who, and I realize this is a spoiler, but I didn't trust from the beginning, and I was right.
Yeah, you know, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I think that Ed Norton is really good at that. He's good at playing characters who are charismatic, but there's something about him you just don't trust.
Yeah. See our entire episode on Glass Onion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think he's really good casting for this.
Oh, me too. And he does play a character. Well, he plays two characters, really. And I can see why people might just sort of knee-jerk react to his character, Brian, and going, oh, that's, they're making fun of. He's not, though. He's not making fun of people that are mentally challenged. He's using it to gain sympathy.
Yeah, and to also be underestimated.
And I also think he does a really good job at it.
He does. I think he's portraying someone who has cerebral palsy.
Could be.
By the hand positions. But yeah, he's very good at it, and he doesn't make the character a cartoon.
No, he doesn't. And again, nobody's making fun of Brian. No. They're not making fun of his condition.
They all like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, it's weird because he's more charismatic as Brian than he is as Jack.
He's much more likable. I think he's still very charismatic as Jack, but Brian is nicer.
Yeah, and the first scene he shows up, he's just on a street corner asking for directions, and he accidentally bumps into De Niro's character on purpose. And there's this point where he gets the directions, asks him to be repeated, because, of course, he wouldn't, quote-unquote, get them the first time. And then he says, thank you, and as De Niro's character, Nick, turns away, he says, thank you, Nick. And that he does it on purpose, and you can see his face sort of melts back into the Jack persona. It's actually really skillfully done.
Yeah, very well done. Now we come to the big man, Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Guy, one of the most celebrated actors of our lifetime.
Yeah.
He's got a great name.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he does a good job, but Brando's like about almost 80 at this point. No, I think he is 80 at this point. And you notice most of his performance, he's sitting down. Well, maybe he walks into a room and then sits down, but he doesn't have the energy, that feeling. They used to say you could tell Brando was outside through the door. You could feel him. And he seems kind of tired. Now, to be fair, the character he's playing is also tired. You get the feeling he wants out too.
Right.
Except he still loves what he does. But he does play him as more of an old man. It's a very understated performance for Brando. The only thing I'm kind of sorry is I would have liked to know a little bit more about the character. Except we don't really know much about any of the characters, so I get that.
I'm going to go with he's fine. Honestly, I don't think that this is a performance that I would single out for Marlon Brando at all. And I think they could have found somebody else and he would have been fine. I honestly think he's here for his name.
Yeah, I think that may be true. And possibly for the pairing of him and De Niro.
Yeah. And again, it's not that I'm saying it's a bad performance. I just didn't find the Brando-ness of it. And I didn't see this legend we're supposed to know about. Somebody, and I think it was actually Bill O'Lading, wrote us an answer to a trivia question a while back that basically said that Marlon Brando has been overrated his entire career. And I'm like, I don't think I'd go that far, but
I wouldn't agree with that. But I think he may have went a little too often to the well toward the end.
Yeah, the well of drinking of Marlon Brando, really.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I think eventually he thought, I don't have to try. I'm Marlon Freakin Brando.
Yeah.
We have Angela Bassett, whose main fault is she's not on screen enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. She's a woman, so it's Hollywood. That's what happens. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's Angela Bassett. Is she going to do a bad job? No. We know who she is almost instantly. In fact, everybody's character... I hate expository dialogue. Absolutely hate it. And there isn't any. And the way this is shot and written, we don't need it. We get her. She's in love with Nick... But there's always been this thing in the background where I don't like what you do. I like how you live, but I really don't like this. I may show up and find that you've been arrested, sort of part of our relationship. And we get to a scene where she lays it on the table and is just like, I'm not doing this. You promised me you were going to stop doing this. Now it's one more thing, which it's been before. And she does a lot with what little she's given, I think.
Yeah, you were immediately interested in her. You find she's incredibly compelling. And I really... like the chemistry between her and Deniro, which I didn't think I would, because quite honestly, Deniro has never struck me as much of a romantic character.
No, and he's 15 years older than she is.
Yeah,
but,
but in Hollywood, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Unless the woman is older. Yeah, then it's disgusting.
Sure, whatever. So, yeah, I would like to have seen more of her, and she also... is, except for the band, the person of color in this film. So let's go out in there, because Marlon Brando sucks color out of other people.
That's how white he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, I mean, Paul Soles is Danny. And
Jamie Harold, I think, is very good as the basement-dwelling hacker.
He's not Eddie Deason, but he's in that realm, but not as annoying.
Yeah, he is Deason-esque in some ways. He's very... I mean, again... I kind of object to the cliche of the hacker living in his mother's basement, except that's not just a cliche, it's real. It's not made up.
What film? There was a film where this sort of same thing was happening. There was a hacker and he lived in his mother's basement and he had to go and take the trash out, and that was a plot.
Oh, that was Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest?
Yes, because it wasn't a hack. Oh, no, that's also in War Games. Because that
it must be
with,
War Games.
Matthew Broderick.
It must be
War Games. He has to go take out the trash. Or yeah. It's a stand. Also, I like Gary Farmer as Bert, the big menacing muscle guy that Deniro uses. Gary Farmer is very cool. He has been in everything. He's a native Canadian actor.
Yeah, from a distance, I kept thinking he was Gabriel Iglesias.
he is fluffy, but he's much more imposing.
Yes, when you get close. Yeah.
He looks very solid. The last thing I remember seeing him in, he was Uncle Brownie in Reservation Dogs.
Oh, okay.
But he's this guy, you look at him and he's one of those actors where you go, oh yeah, that guy from that thing.
Yeah. So
that as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much all of the memorable cast.
Yeah.
A lot of other people, none of whom have last names, appear here and there.
Saperstein's cousin? Is cousin a last name?
No.
How about Study? Woman in Study?
Saperstein, I guess, is his last name. He just doesn't get a first name.
Sure.
So I guess everybody gets one name. But the cast is very good.
Good acting. And we sort of touched on this with the acting, but the opening just drops you right into a heist. We see Deniro breaking into a safe at some rich person's house while there's a party going on. And the thing that's really interesting is not only do we see him work, and not only do we see him with a bunch of tools as opposed to like listening or with just a stethoscope or something like that, but we see him nervous. We see him like a cat going into a room it's never been before, right? It's like, I know what I'm doing, but I don't know everything. And
you can tell that's the thrill. That's the part of it that's so exciting. I mean, he always says everything we do is a long shot.
Right.
I mean, 'cause at one point, Edward Norton is like sort of tweaking him for being so careful and only, he asks him, what are the long shots you've gone for? And he says, I've never gone for a long shot.
Yeah.
I go for the safe ones. I go for the secure ones because everything is a long shot with us.
Yeah.
So you don't want to make it worse.
Well, and then Jack, Edward Norton's character, says something really stupid. He says, well, look, you already have all of this. And it's like, I don't already have this. I've been working at it for 25 years. Yeah. So, he obviously doesn't get it. But the other thing we get is tension right from the start. And in some ways, that tension never really leaves the movie. I don't think there's any moments of the film that it's not somewhat tense. It just goes up and down a little, but it's not so startling as to be jarring or throw you off. It's just you. I think that sort of exemplifies what Nick's character lives like. There's always going to be some level of tension because he's a thief. I gotta say, Frank Oz sets the tone really well right from the start.
Yeah, I also like the way I like the way he shoots Montreal. I thought it kept looking like Paris.
Parts of it do. I mean, those are the scenic parts. Like, I have visited our friend Vince of the North, and I went through some of the scenic parts. That's where the tourists all go. But the rest of it is, not as photogenic. But parts of it do look very European.
Look, come on. I know that wasn't actually shot in Canada. I did not see a single penguin on the streets.
It's summer, Max. They sleep. They hibernate through the summer, as you well know. And then when winter comes, they come flying out of their holes. And there's
and they
large
shake
squadrons.
Off their cocoons.
Penguins, right. One of the things, too, is we see him with a big selection of tools. Yeah. None of the tools has 007 written on it. None of the tools look crazy. They all, to me, looked believable. What did you think of his tools?
I thought they all looked absolutely real. I recognized a couple, but most of them are just like, I have no idea what that is, but it's not like, oh, look, it's, a gonculator or a flux capacitor. It's like, okay, that's just a very specialized looking wrench. All the tools in there, I believed. I thought they were real.
And how did you feel about that, considering that a lot of the heist movies we've seen, don't have those?
I think this gave it a much better level of realism, and also a really nice image of Nick. This guy is a craftsman. Yeah. He's not just careful, he's thorough. He doesn't showboat. He has no problem with lugging along extra stuff because he's going to need it.
Yeah. He has this nifty, I guess it's supposed to be a helium container because his cover is he's the balloon guy from Boston. I don't know where this party is taking place, but it's the Beacon Hill balloon guy. And he puts all his tools in his little helium tank, and then that's what he does. But also, he is in there, and suddenly two people wander in from the party, and they're going to use this as their makeout room.
They start telling secrets,
So she wants to smoke. I'm guessing it's meant to be a joint. And he doesn't. He just wants to, the F word.
Do the nasty.
And so he leaves, and she's left alone. And so, of course, Nick is left with, I got to get out of here. What did you think about the way he treats her?
I actually thought that was very believable, because he obviously didn't want to hurt her, but he wanted her scared.
Yep.
And he didn't want her to see his face. I thought he handled it very well.
Well, of course, if she turned around just a little bit, she would have said, "Oh, it's Robert De Niro."
No, shut up! No, it isn't.
I also think it really shows the character, and I've heard this in other films where the thieves are like, "Hey, robbery's one thing, but murder, no, I do not cross that line." Heck, there's an episode of Columbo about that specific thing. But I think it also lets us know that there is a soft, chewy center to
well, you get the feeling he's a realist, but he's not a brute.
Right. And I also think because, hey, this is a film about thieves and he's technically our protagonist, it helps us like him.
The fact that he doesn't actually hurt her. He just, pushes her into a corner and tells her don't turn around.
Yeah. I think, honestly, the first 10 minutes of this film do a lot of work.
A lot is established about Nick's character, the environment he's in, the world he's in. I mean, not just looking around Montreal, but just, the shots around the jazz club. It's a nice touch. You notice all the blue bottles in there?
Oh, I hadn't. But
it was to break up the color palette.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it actually looks, it makes it much more interesting to look at.
Oh, I'd go to that club.
Oh,
totally.
yeah.
Especially if that woman was singing.
That looked awesome.
Yeah, I'd go there. We get through the first 10 minutes, he gets away with it, but it's also obvious that there is a plan for every step of the way. And he has people. Something we all sometimes don't see. Sometimes we see the burglar and they work alone. I work alone, man.
Yeah.
And it's like
lone wolf.
Yeah. It's like, no. It's not going to happen.
No, he needs help.
So he takes his van somewhere. It's a rental van. They take off their magnetic signs. That's left somewhere. I think his buddy there takes care of it. He gets into a very unmarked, very plain, old American GM car and drives off, and then he's going to go meet with so-and-so. One of the things they let us know later is when he's talking to Max, Marlon Brando's character, is apparently the buyer that they were hoping for is turned up dead.
Yeah. Oops.
And he says, I have all these expenses. I loved the fact that they let us know, burglary is not cheap.
No, those tools, all those, the vehicles, the accoutrements, and God knows what else, that is expensive. He said about $20,000.
Yeah. And his people.
Good Lord.
Because he's got two guys working for him, and they get a cut too.
He's got people to pay.
Right.
We see this. He pays the basement geek a lot.
Well, double what he earned the first time, whatever that was.
Whatever that was, yeah. And you notice that's one of the big differences between him and Norton. Jack is very much the lone wolf. It's like, I'm doing all this. I guess I've got to work with, I want to work with you, but only because I have to.
Right.
One of the differences he says about, like you said about Nick, is, well, you already have all this. He also has all these connections and all of this support network that he has built over 25 years. This isn't just something that fell in his lap, and Jack makes the mistake of, underestimating it because of that.
He also seems to think that, if I steal one or two things, I'm set up for life. And it's like, dude, if you sell $1 million item, you're probably going to get $10,000 to $20,000 for it. That's all you're going to get.
You will get a fraction of it.
And also, there's one point where Nick's character is trying to explain how life as a thief works to Jack, Edward Norton's character. And he says something that made me want to go, wait a minute. What? And he says, here's my advice to you. Make a list of what you want now, and you're going to spend the next 25 years trying to get it. And I wanted to go, you mean like getting a job? Because it's kind of the same. You don't have to worry about the jail part.
Yeah.
But
less fun, I guess.
Well, I mean, his skills. I mean, we see, like you were talking about how he's a craftsman. We go to his workshop, and what does he do? He has connections in the safe industry where he not only gets the catalogs and specs of all the safes, he can order a mock-up of the door so he can actually work on it ahead of time. How many thieves in these movies have we seen do that?
Not many. And I like Nick goes, how do I get one of these? And he just looks at him and says, you got to know people.
Yeah. You have to have people like you. Which I think he didn't say that part, but he was sort of implying it.
I mean, and Jack, sometimes Jack has a lot of fun when they're meeting up with the counter hacker and his cousin, Saperstein, and Saperstein's cousin in the...
Yeah.
I love the thing. Yeah, this is my cousin. And Jack looks at him and goes, oh, yeah, you see the big guy over there? That's my cousin. Yeah. I brought him. So we've all got family here, which is nice.
Yeah, and there's one slight bit of the film that I'm like, really? And that's the part where you're talking about now, where they're in the park. And Jack is on his little microphone earpiece thing to Nick, and Nick is talking to Steven, and they're trying to verify the codes, which are 3 digits, 3 digits, and 4 digits.
I wrote that down too, yeah. Those are the crappiest security codes I have ever come across. After Spaceballs, where the combination of the air shield was 1, 2, 3, 4.
The only thing I could think of, and this wouldn't make any sense in the way they were portraying it on screen, is that it's all one password and it's 10 digits long.
Maybe. It could be, except that he obviously hits certain levels of access with the 3 digits.
Yeah. It's like 3.
Yeah, no.
Most people's bike locks have 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I also kind of like the whole, well, I can't crack it, but if we bribe this guy, he'll give us the codes. It's like, okay, yeah, this guy's probably some underpaid civil servant. Or not civil servant, because he worked for Ironclad.
Right. Which probably doesn't pay its programmers very much. Cause,
not a lot.
Which is
that's totally believable.
Well, and if I started thinking a little bit about this, because I've seen the film more than once. And I was like, well, now what's to keep him from just changing codes later? And I was like...
I wondered about that, too. I thought that was going to happen.
Well, I wanted to ask you, because you've, how to put this, dabbled in some internet security, stuff like that. So could it have been that Steven, once he was in, could create a way in that Saperstein couldn't have cut off?
Yes, if he had that kind of admin level access, he could have in effect built himself a back door pretty easily.
Which is fine. I'm willing to believe that that's possible. And first I was thinking, well, what's to keep Saperstein from alerting somebody? And it's like, well, then he has to admit that he took $50,000. How did you find out about this? Well,
I mean, that's the idea. They both sort of have something on each other.
Right. Speaking of which, the it's in the theme song, but there will be spoilers. So we're going to get to them eventually. But
I like some of the foreshadowing too. Like they're trying to figure out. Nick is realizing, okay, it's going to take forever to try to drill this safe. In fact, you can't because it uses a glass pack system,
right? Which
is real, by the way. Where if you break something, it shoots permanent bolts out, and you have to like call the company to take the safe apart,
right?
And then he sees beer kegs falling off a truck, and he watches one of them burst, and he thinks about hydrostatic shock. And basically, this is the big spoiler, is...
Oh, that's not the big spoiler.
Fortuitously, the safe happens to be directly under a water pipe.
Hey, it was a water sprinkler, which I totally understand.
That is true. It didn't bother me, but...
Nope. And the little thing he's got that punctures a hole, like that's a real thing. You can just go
those are real, yeah.
You can just go to a hardware store and get those. And he fills the safe with water and then lowers a charge. Well, you might say, well, why wouldn't the water shoot up through the hole? There's not enough hole. Nope. It's not big enough.
The hole's too small, and he makes use of hydrostatic shock. And water is a really good transmitter of impact.
Well, you can't compress water. That's the big thing.
Exactly.
Air you can compress. Gases you compress. Some liquids you can. Water you can't. It does not compress, which I think is one of the reasons why hydraulics work the way they do.
And it literally blows the door off.
Well, what's the weak point of the safe?
The door.
Yep.
Use the door. I did find myself thinking, what did he just do to the contents? But they show that the scepter is in a steel box inside a steel drawer below the compartment where the water was. It could have survived.
Sure.
Also, it's a big hunk of metal.
Right.
So it's pretty durable.
Lots of solid gold goodies. Yeah. Yeah, I bought it. I bought that stuff. Did you notice who did the score? I'm sorry. Did you notice who did the music? Let me not say the score, because...
Yes, that was Howard Shore.
I liked it.
And his whole nurse band. Yep.
He had a little theme. There was a little theme that would run through the film. Mostly, I think you could call it Nick's theme if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. But it was it was memorable, and it was understated. Like, it wasn't blaring out at you like some sort of action film or something.
Frank Oz loved the music for the film, but he also wanted silence. This is also from the trivia. But he said Howard Shore did a terrific job. He got the tone of the film just right.
Yeah.
And I think he's right.
I do, too. I think it worked very well.
So let us now go through our list of questions.
List of questions
about this as a heist film.
Yeah.
Number 1, is the loot worth all the effort?
Yes.
$30 million? Yeah.
Well, and here's what I figure. Because he says specifically, how much are you... this is Nick asking asking Max, how much are you going to sell this for? And he says, I'm going to sell it for $35 million. My feeling is that the person he's selling to is expecting to get about 100.
Yeah, probably. But again, it's a question of what will the market bear? How much can you sell it for? It's stolen.
Well,
it goes up. It goes up the line like that. You know, Nick is going to get $6 million out of it. The guy's going to get whatever, $35 million minus the shares of the guys, and the other guy's going to get more.
Yeah, and it's basically a 3-foot solid gold rod encrusted with gems. So
not to mention being 400 years old and a major historical artifact.
Yeah. So more likely than not, my feeling is it's going to actually end up being the, what do you call it, the collateral for a lot of drug money. That's what I figure.
Yeah, very likely. Very likely.
Yeah. So I totally, the loot, and it's also going to be the end of Nick's career. He can take this, buy off his club. He's set. He doesn't have to do this anymore. And he gets Angela Bassett, which quite honestly, she's worth $35 million on her own.
Easy. Is the plan believable? Yeah. I mean, maybe a professional thief would look at it and go, no, it's ridiculous. They did this, and this. But it seems very well thought out.
Not only is it well thought out, but we get to see them planning it in situ. Like, we see Nick go into the sewers and find the way, and they have to coordinate. It's like, how do I find out when I'm below the right building and everything? And they're on the radio going, turn left. Oh, you can't go that way? All right, go back and turn right. And that makes sense. And then there's a problem. It's like, hey, there's a road crew where you went in, don't go out that way. And then it's like, oh crap, they're bringing in new cameras, which made sense because they found out what that scepter thing was. And so they're like, the French government, which of course Quebec is kind of in bed with, they said, basically, we need you to really take care of this thing. So they brought in more security. So we get to see everything. It's not one of those last minute Agatha Christie characters you've never heard of, or situations or machines that just pops up. So
I'm right there. Does the security as depicted make sense?
Yeah.
Honestly, for a customs house, I mean, this isn't a bank vault.
Nope.
The fact that this treasure is there is an accident.
Right. They do talk about there being drugs and evidence there, but it's all kept in the basement, which has got a little, infrared laser fence around it. It's in a cage. There are cameras, etc. Most of the times. Yeah. And to be fair, the lengths they have to go through to get to this stuff, even if everything worked perfectly, is pretty huge.
Yeah. I have no trouble buying it. The only thing that surprised me is I thought there would be more guards, just numerically more. They're only like 6.
Government positions. Nobody likes to pay for extra stuff when you don't have to.
That's a point. That is a point. Yep. Are the guards / cops / defenders, what have you, too underpowered?
No.
No, I don't think so. They're a little lazy, but it's more like, obviously, they're not. Things don't happen much there.
Right.
They don't seem to have a lot of brain. Most people don't attack a customs house. There are valuable things there, but that thing's a big rock, a big cube. It's very hard to get into, and they're a little bit complacent.
Sure.
But that's also completely believable.
Yep.
And then, of course, the big one, do we find ourselves rooting for the heister?
Yeah, which doesn't make me feel weird. How about you?
No, it's very weird when you realize, go on, steal that priceless treasure that belongs in a museum.
Yeah, so do you.
Yeah, well, that's where I work there Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I sit in my nice glass case, and they say, yes, behold, the greatest living impersonator of Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando.
Actually, what they say is, sit on the chair. That's a deeper.
Yeah, but that's what they mean. I can tell.
Yeah.
I can see it in their eyes. But I think we're definitely rooting for Nick.
Yeah.
And let's face it, that's all we have to root for.
Yeah.
Although you find yourself kind of, stressing when it looks like Jack is going to get caught.
Yeah.
Although I was more worried about poor Danny.
Yeah.
Because when Danny starts going to look for him because he thinks he's lost, I'm like, oh, God. I was actually a dual level there. I was like, oh, God, Jack's going to get caught, or, oh, no, he's going to kill Danny. Yeah. Sweet old Danny. Please don't kill Danny. I'm glad they didn't kill Danny.
Yeah, because Jack's the only one that has been shown to have a gun, and Nick freaks out when he finds out that Jack has one. He's like, don't bring a gun. He keeps
saying, never bring a gun.
Yeah.
Don't bring a gun. You don't bring guns.
And, that fits with his character. Like, he's not out to hurt puppy. He just wants to steal stuff, so you get it. So, yeah, I agree. I was on the side of our protagonists, and I want Nick to retire and get to be with Angela Bassett. But
definitely.
Really, probably shouldn't, because that's illegal. But you know what else is illegal is us not getting to the end of our show and deciding whether we want to recommend the score.
Yes, we could be facing serious fines. The finish.
So, Max.
Yes?
You had never seen this.
I had never seen it. I knew very little about it except who was in it.
All right, I want to ask one thing. There is a big twist at the end, so to speak. Did you see it coming?
I did. I'm afraid I did. Okay. From the beginning, I knew Jack was going to screw them. And the second twist, I also saw coming.
Yeah. Did that lessen the impact of the film for you?
No, not at all. I was like, yes! You show them.
So does that mean you liked the movie?
I did. I think this is a very good heist movie. It's not a character movie because you know almost nothing about the people, except Nick. You learn a lot about him, and I credit that almost entirely to De Niro. Mm-hmm. Although some of it, I think, is the direction, the way we see him, the way we see his life. I mean, Nick is the one we see the most of.
Yeah.
Let's face it, Max is a peripheral character. Jack isn't around as much.
Oh, Jack around plenty, and I honestly think this is one of Ed Norton's better early performances. I think he's
I
really
think he
good
did
in
a
this.
great job.
Speaking of Frank Oz, what do you think of this Frank Oz, this Miss Piggy as a director?
I was kind of stunned because the only thing I ever think of him directing was Labyrinth, which I also really like. I think is great.
It's got puppets in it.
It does. It has puppets in it. It's a very different kind of movie. I was kind of stunned. I thought he did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I thought he was as good as any of the other heist directors I've seen. What about you? What did you think of him as a director?
Well, as usual, Max is wrong. This movie, no, I liked it the first time I saw it. It was tense, but not too tense. It was believable. There's no air vents that people are walking through. None of that crap.
Yep.
They also don't do something that you see in almost every other heist film that's got cameras. They don't do the tape loop thing.
Nope.
They're just
They just
we've only got
fuzz
so
it
much
out.
time. Hurry up, blow the safe, and get out. I like the characters. I think that the direction and the writing and the acting give you a lot more information than you think you actually have. We really don't know anything about Nick. We know he's been a thief for 25 years. We know he has a jazz club, and we know he's in love with Angela Bassett. Who wouldn't be? That's it. Where did he come from? Is he Canadian? Is he American? Who knows? Doesn't matter, because we know who the character is without knowing the details, and we don't need them. It's, again, tense but not too tense. It's believable. Quite honestly, I think it's one of the best heist films I've ever seen. There are some that
I think it's certainly up there.
there's some that may be more entertaining. I think that maybe Ocean's 11, the new one, not the original one, is more entertaining.
I think it's more fun.
I don't know how believable it is. It's unbelievable.
It's believable enough.
Yeah.
Or in that one, you're more willing to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah. But it's terrific, and I don't think it gets talked about much.
Yeah.
I don't think it's De Niro's best performance, but he's very solid in it, and he plays a character you're not used to seeing from him, which is nice. So if you haven't seen The Score, I would recommend see it. It's a good film. It's a really good film. I would too. Cool. You know what else I would recommend?
Oh. What?
That you give us the poll question again. Scroll. Oh, God.
Wait. I know it's here. It's here somewhere.
Scroll. I didn't know your scrolling was so loud.
Click. Well, it's because I've got a little hamster wheel here that I have rigged
Yes, if
up.
you just step out of it and get to the poll question, that'd be great.
How else am I going to get my steps in?
Stop making jelly beans.
Yeah, that's true. Easter's over. I can let it now. We want to know what famous real-life crime that hasn't gotten a movie yet deserves one. You know, I kind of like the guys who robbed the Louvre not that long ago, but there must be a bunch of others.
I was going to say, which time?
Yeah. But let us know. And how can you let us know, Mike asks?
How can you let us know, Mike asks?
Nice read.
That was my De Niro.
You can, of course, pitiful next to mine. You can, of course, email us at maxmikemovies.com, or you can go to our website, maxmikemovies.com, and leave a comment where you can also tell us, as Val Coons did, suggest other movies, other series, other times, other places. There's a place for us.
Oh, there's a place for you. It's a box.
Yeah, I know. I told you that's what over at the museum with my nice chair. Maybe
get on with it.
Give me a cushion. Right. You can also find us on various socially mediated stuff.
Oh God, Facebook and Blue Sky.
And of course, Facebook.
Oh my God, he actually said it.
I like watching that vein in your forehead pop out.
I'm wearing a hat.
You can also find us on the podcast app of your choice, and of course, as my little roguish one Doris does, you can call our hotline and leave us a voicemail at 617-398-7266. That's 617-398-7266. Operators are preparing to give Mike a boot to the head.
And another for Jenny and the Wimp.
And another for Jenny and the Wimp. But we are just getting started in this new series. What's our next one? Mike, if that really is your name.
It isn't. But
I didn't think so.
Somebody stole my real name, and who could it be? Well, I don't know. It might have been a whole group of people. A whole group of people that are deeply into footwear.
What?
This is a theft that has to do with shoes. very, very desirable shoes. What kind of shoes, you might ask? Why,
I might.
Sneakers. That's what kind of shoes. We're going to watch Sneakers, which I think has River Phoenix and Robert Redford in it.
It does. Also Sidney Poitier.
So how bad could it be? I mean, how great must it be? And I'm willing to bet probably, maybe, no one in the film says, I'm in.
I think that's, in fact, every line of dialogue in that movie.
I remember it, but you can remember it too by tuning in next week with us as we talk about sneakers.
This has been a co-production of The Voice of Max and The Movie Wrench.